Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account and we're going to be looking at two things. Number one being the signature item. Now there has been a lot of debate, a lot of talk about the signature items, the plus 40s, the plus 50s, also the materials that it takes. In addition, there has also been a lot of controversy and a lot of talk about the Ghoulish Gallery. Very difficult to get through, very difficult to build any collections, and also incredibly expensive to get any of the arcane staffs. So if you're looking to do any of the summons in here, again, very expensive to make any progression. Now, of course, Lilith and AFK Arena have addressed these concerns. We're going to hop over and take a look at exactly what they're looking to do to address some of the concerns with these game modes. So here is the designer issue number 20 face-to-face, the optimization updates. This is kind of what we were hoping for. We were waiting to see exactly what was going to come. Now, of course, this is over on Twitter and Facebook if you want to check it out. But looking at greeting adventures as the winter festivities cover Espria in snow and ice, it's time for another designer face-to-face. Now, this, of course, is going to focus on the signature items, collection optimization, and other game improvements. I want to cover this, first of all, with the signature item updates. Recently, we introduced a new level for signature items, sparking lively discussion among players. We've had internal talks to respond to the feedback, and here are the details. So they are very notorious for listening to all of the feedback that we provide. When we start going to Reddit, when we start going to Discord, even a lot of the content creators had a pretty good discussion about this as well. Why did the signature item level for the 4 factions open up at 50 at this time? That was my question. So my question exactly was that. Why did it go to 50 for the 4 factions? Why didn't we keep it at 30 for those, or even roll out the 40 to the Celestials, the Hypos, and also the Dimensional Heroes? Why did we take it all the way for the entire team? We hope to see the gap widen compared to Celestials, Hypos, and other faction levels. This, again, was something that I addressed specifically. Having the ability, especially larger players, whales, in AFK Arena to build a lot of the level 50 signature items on heroes like Ivan, heroes like Rosaline. Kind of interesting to see going to 50 right off of the bat. It's going to have to be changed. We noticed that many adventurers find the pressure of developing signature items overwhelming, which was absolutely true because they didn't give us any resources, or the resources that they gave us gave us the ability to build, I believe, 2 to 3 heroes out of 150 heroes we have in AFK Arena. We adjusted the 4 faction signature items capped at level 40, while the Celestial, Hypo, Dimensional, and Awaken are going to go to 50. So we didn't know about that before. The Awaken hero signature item is going to stop at 50, which I figured, being the strongest heroes in the game, that we wouldn't unfairly have the Celestials and the Hypos go to 50 for the Awakened, and then the regular 4 factions not. So that is how they should have built it. When each faction signature item reaches level 40, it will unlock the associated skill effect. So they are keeping it at 40. Now, again, there was a lot of debate about this, about it going to 35, that it wasn't going to be all the way to 40, but it will unlock the associated skill effect at 40 when each faction signature item hits there. Feature is currently under rapid development to optimize waiting time for adventures. Those have already raised their 4 faction signature items to 40 or above need not worry. We'll revert them to level 40 and refund the corresponding resources. So if you went and you built it above 40, they're going to credit you all the way back down to 40. Now, I know a lot of players that built a lot of different heroes out there, so we're going to have to see exactly when it comes to a swap or an adjustment, anything of that. So they're going to go back to the 40. So again, if you built a regular 4 faction hero to a 50, they are going to refund you some of those resources. And we have more emblems. That is right, they are in short supply. With the introduction of the new level of signature items, we prepared corresponding benefit events and supply mails to distribute emblem items, aiding adventurers in early stage signature item. Although there's also a long-term plan to provide more emblems items through future events, we appreciate your patience. Now, I like this and I don't like it. This can be kind of a double-edged sword, because what is going to happen, what I think, is we're going to go in here and we are going to have them added to events, but they are going to supplement other resources in those events. Similar to what we see with the engraving system that came out, similar to see with the arcane staffs that came out. The introduction of different things is not actually giving us more resources. It is just defining the resource or splitting the resources across a multitude of things. So again, when we think of when signature items were released, if you are playing AFK Arena, they added red chests to our events. Okay, then we had red chests. Red chests were always the one to go to. Then they incorporated our engraving mat, so they actually put the cores in there, which means it was now a selection between red chests and cores. Then we got baits. Now it's a selection between red chests, baits, or cores. Now adding in a new signature item now adds a fourth variable, not including the heroes with the addition of putting Eugene in there, which is kind of crazy. Additionally, we'll continue to monitor the place of signature item development to ensure a smooth gaming experience. Like adding a new field of stars, that would be awesome. What I think is they need to up this tenfold with how many heroes we have, and also with the introduction of heroes every 2 weeks. It's impossible for a majority of heroes to keep up with them, even if, or a majority of players, even if you are a whale, they are getting discouraged because it's kind of incredible to be competitive when it is coming out this fast. Choosing who to prioritize with new signature items can be tough. Emblems are precious. We notice some adventurers are uncertain about who to prioritize, fearing they may invest in a wrong hero. This is the reason why a majority of players are saving them. To address this, we're planning a hero signature item exchange event to aid adventurers in developing their favorite heroes first. This event will also enable players to exchange signature items for old version heroes, providing a boost. Now, this will be interesting if they let us go back and essentially, if they only let us exchange one hero, it might not be super beneficial. But if they let us do more than one hero, let's say a couple heroes, 3 heroes, whatever, if I could reset a couple of plus 30 signature items, that could yield me 900 chests back. If it's 3 heroes built up to a 30, that could really make a big difference. To address this issue of uncertainty in heroes, we'll also introduce a popular trained hero signature item level 40 leaderboard in the future, which we know is going to be our awakened heroes, which is going to be Liberta in there. We're probably going to see Lucille in there. I can already kind of guess exactly what that is going to look like. Now, after upgrading signature items, some heroes' damage seem lower. This is something that they really had to look at. A lot of the things means that other things are broken. When they release a patch and an update of this magnitude, it did change a lot of things. We've observed instances where training progression has improved, but damage output decreased. In some scenarios, this can be attributed to factors like haste, attack speed, or skill effects altering the skill cast order, which again is something they really have to adjust. For example, Awakened Athalia's exclusive plus 40 increased the number of cleave attempts and extends her invincibility time when casting the skill. This alters not only her skill cast interval, but also affects other heroes targeting her with skills. As a result, this ripple effect could lead to less favorable outcomes in some gameplay or formation scenarios, which again, they have to adjust this. Due to the complexity of the cost, it's currently challenging to completely avoid situations where some new experiences are negatively upgraded. With the new development feature introduced, we're actively working on optimization. So we're probably going to see the next dozen patches that are going to have optimization, making sure that this is actually working properly. Of course, the above plans are based on current feedback. We welcome future suggestions. Then we get into our collections, which again, the signature items and the collections are the big sticking points that we have in AFK Arena. Can we add a feature to save collection configurations for each mode? Yes. That is what we need, guys. Either being able to equip multiple collections on different heroes like we have with our current artifacts and our class-specific artifacts. The inconvenience of managing collections has been a common concern. Absolutely. Every single game mode, I have to go through there and see which collections are on which heroes because it makes it incredibly difficult, such as difficulty in copying formations and the frequency needing to switch collections for different modes. Currently developing a feature specifically for collection lineup management to address this issue, so it is coming. Will there be additional improvements to simplify and reduce random lists in collections? Closely observed adventurers interacting with the collections despite introducing the skip feature, which again was just a time saver, and the ability guaranteed system. There's ongoing developments and the optimization process hasn't met full expectations. Now, in addition, remember, with the collections, we are only seeing, as of right now, season 1 of the collections for heroes, which means there are going to be more collections coming out for heroes in the future, which we have to be aware of. Complexity and randomness of collections have been widely noted in feedback. Our team is actively exploring solutions to balance randomness with players' enjoyment aimed to avoid an endless and frustrating cycle, which is what it is right now. Dedicated in enhancing the collections feature to improve the gaming experience, which again they're working on. Now that collections are available, I'm worried about manual control in the AE, which again is going to be something that concern. We're going to have to see. This again, optimizing the collections, we're going to have to see exactly what this looks like in that manner. Can we expect improvements to the bounty board? Yes, bounty boards were readjusted for certain rewards, including essence, shards, twisted essence, and diamonds for mythic. Again, we know some of these. Now they're saying release late March. So I'm not sure at this point because we did see kind of a revamp of the bounty board, adding a lot of things in there. They might be revamping it again to see some more improvements in the bounty board. And ultimately, for a game mode, we do need more resources. That's really the big thing. We need more resources out of that game mode. This concludes the installment of the face-to-face. Again, big shout out to everyone for the support and the feedback that we're getting to this. That is the reason why I've loved AFK Arena for such an incredible amount of time, is they take our feedback and they really do make adjustments to the game. Majority of other titles and majority of other things that we've seen do not do that at all. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.